These are the gods that are still alive after the destruction of Olympus at the hands of Kratos. Most of these gods who are alive are gods who just didn't want any smoke, or those who felt really weak that they felt that even if they joined the battle, there was nothing they could do. Or some of these gods absolutely hated Zeus's guts. Zeus was not universally loved by all the gods. Some of these gods hated his guts. First up is Athena. Athena, the one and only goddess of war, goddess of wisdom, the most beautiful one that you've ever seen. Athena is still alive. After sacrificing herself to save Zeus at the end of God of War 2, Athena came back in her astral form and she became a whole new menace. She was evil. Everything that she did from that moment was to get power, or the power of hope for herself. She, right now, still taunts Kratos once in a while. In God of War 2018, we see her treating Kratos like he is who he is in the past. But Kratos has moved on. He's become better. But still, Athena lives. And she is cooking something really evil, something really heinous. And I believe Athena is going to be one of the biggest bads we've ever seen in God of War. Second up was Apollo. Apollo is the god of light, not god of the sun. Helios is essentially the sun itself. He is the embodiment of the sun. That's why when he died, the sun kind of became dark. But Apollo is the god of light, and not just the god of light, he's the god of healing and prophecy and archery. This guy is incredibly good with a bow and arrow. But during this battle, Apollo didn't show up. Maybe it's because Santa Monica felt that he had Helios. If he brought Apollo, it would be like the same thing. But no, Apollo could have done absolutely a job on Kratos. He is good. He is strong. He is built. And this guy could have had an impact. But maybe he felt that maybe Kratos was right and Zeus deserved what he got. Or he just was neutral and just didn't want to get his face pummeled in. Because at the end of the day, if he came about, my boy would have wrecked him. So Apollo still exists. These guys are really fundamental guys that can help the Greeks build, and the Greeks have actually rebuilt their civilization. They have. So Apollo, in conjunction with Athena, are actually helping rebuild Greece. It's now stronger than ever, and maybe one day we will go back. This next god is a god that I really love. Her name is Nemesis. She is the god of divine retribution. If you do something bad, she is the one who makes sure that you get what is coming to you. Nemesis, her name speaks for itself. Nemesis could be the next big bad or even the next good, right? She is the one coming to make sure that Kratos pays for what he's done. And she could be the good guy and Kratos not necessarily be the bad guy, but she's coming for his ass. Kratos was drawn and enraged that he didn't know anything else but to kill Zeus. But during this time, he also killed a lot of innocent people. He needs to pay for some of the stuff he did. Yes, he feels sorry and all when you play Valhalla, but Nemesis is coming for you, boy. He is coming, and Nemesis is just an unstoppable force. Exactly. She is born, she is designed to seek vengeance. She is divine retribution, people. She could be an incredible character that Corey Barlog and Co could add in God of War says that Kratos needs to pay, and he's gonna get it. He is, I pray to make him get beaten really bad. Not the fake Thor stuff. I mean, come on, man. Making Kratos get a heart attack and dying because he was holding back, right? No. A real proper battle. Berserker Kratos get beaten by Nemesis, but then Kratos pulls through and wrecks her and says, look, I'm sorry and all that. But Nemesis is a diamond in the rough. We could really use her to create an incredible story where she comes after Kratos and X him up really bad. But Kratos, at the end, she realizes that he's now repentant and she finally makes an exception and lets Kratos go. Wouldn't that be unique? Wouldn't that be beautiful? So there is Nemesis, goddess of vengeance, goddess of divine retribution, and she is the ace in the hole that the developers can use to tell a beautiful story. But Nemesis is alive in Greece. Another god that is still alive in Greece right now is Artemis. Artemis is the goddess of the moon and the wilderness and the hunt. She is basically like a woodland god who cares about nature and the forest and animals and all that. She's there. She will have a key role to play in rebuilding Greece because nature, animals, everything was destroyed when Kratos went through Olympus, destroying everything and ripping heads off, which is really irresponsible, making Nemesis come after him even better. But hey, right now, Artemis is a key member of the gods in Greece right now, helping rebuild everything. Another person who is associated with agriculture is Demeter. Demeter is the goddess of agriculture. She and Artemis together could help build because Gaia exists no more. Gaia was essentially the earth, and now that she's dead, they can pull the pieces together and help make crops and animals and living essentially in Greece worth it. And they've done that. We don't have evidence of it fully, but we do see the pottery in Syria's vault that shows that Greece is rebuilding, making art and doing stuff. So I'm sure Artemis and Demeter hand in hand helped make the land more fertile so people can grow, civilizations can thrive, and families can get herbal medicines and food from the land. So these gods are still around, helping rebuild Greece. Another goddess that is really important and very critical to the rebuilding of Greece that is still alive is Hestia. Hestia is the goddess of family and peace and heart. What else do you need in a time of rebuilding than peace and family and heart? That is very critical to the redevelopment and rebuilding of a world that has gone through a massive and cataclysmic event like their main god, which is Zeus, being ripped apart from their land, Gaia being ripped apart, Kronos, and all these incredible critical beings being ripped from their responsibilities as gods. The world went to chaos, but luckily Apollo is there, Athena is there, even though we don't trust her, she's kind of evil, still bothering Kratos. There's Artemis, there's Nemesis, there's Demeter, and there's Hestia. All these powerful gods are still alive in Greece, and they're going to help Greece rebuild. Actually, they've already done that, and one of these days I hope we go back to Greece so Kratos can see what he did and properly get closure. Because being in Norse is not enough closure, if you ask me. You need to go back to the site of the chaos that you caused. That is where you can get real peace. That is the only way. Anyway, let me know about all this, but if you like this, leave a like, hit and subscribe button and help the channel a ton, and I'll see you next time.